Welcome to your restorative rest practice. I'm Yana, and this is a class of Yin Calm Yoga. So if you have a pillow or a towel you might use to support you during the process of today's class, please feel free to grab that. Right now, you will begin in child's pose, grounding. You can place the pillow underneath your head or a blanket if you like, or if the knees are sensitive, you can place it under the knees. We'll begin with the toes together, the knees wide apart. Allowing the hands to extend forward and connect with the sound of the breath. These Yin poses are long holding poses. So the focus here is to really connect with the sound, the ocean sound. Taking the time to arrive in your body. Full exhalation, extending into the belly. Deep and complete inhalation, filling up the back body. Taking the time here to get as comfortable as possible in your form. Feel the fullness of the breath all the way into the back of the neck. Allowing the breath to leave the torso like a balloon empty. Gently, when you're ready, walking yourself back up. Placing the arms above the head, interlace the fingers in a slight, gentle back bend here. Arching the back, arching the upper belly. Back, shoulder blades coming together. And on the exhale again, extending the arms forward. This time, drawing your fingertips closer together. You can interlace the fingers, and especially if you have that pillow. This time, allowing the chin, if it's comfortable for you, allowing the chin to rest on the floor. Breathing into behind the heart here. On the exhale, undo the fingers, walk the hands back again. This time, extending the fingers up again. Inhaling, opposite thumb on top. And then chin parallel to the floor, bending to the left side, breathing through the right side body. Arms back to center. Making that C-shape on the right side of the body. Exhale as you compress the right ribs, breathe into the left, opening. Using the breath to really connect and create the C shape. On the exhale, opening back up. Back to center. Exhale, the arms wide to T position. Exhale the fingertips behind you. Interlacing the fingers and allowing the chin to come down towards the chest. Inhale the chin up towards the sky. Take a few of these, chin to sky, then chin back to the chest. simultaneously pulling the palms together, knuckles down towards the floor. Inhale the hands and release, shaking the hands out. And this time we'll come into a puppy pose. So you can bring the arms forward, the chest, lift the hips up, high up, off of the buttocks. And allow the chin to come onto the ground this time. Palms wide as the shoulders. Opening up the knees. You can release the toes. And just like you see a dog stretching, breathing through the front of the sternum, opening up the hips wide, breathing into the wideness of the hips here. Release, allow yourself to surrender to the breath. Especially breathing into the underarms here. Allowing the fullness of the breath to travel to the back side of the heart, across the lower back. And on the exhale, feel as the belly button draws back towards the spine, supporting the lower back. And then on the exhale, walking the fingertips back up to tabletop. You can move your pillow or blanket out of the way. And stabilizing. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, fingers spread wide apart. Nice flat back here, as if you could place a cup of tea onto the back, really breathing to the back side of the heart here. Forehead and chin parallel to the floor. Notice how you feel. The openness in the underarms. And on the exhale, chin and chest comes up towards the sky. Tuck the tailbone. Look back towards the belly button. It's cat position, tucking the tailbone. Highest point of the back, reaching up towards the sky. And one more time into cow position, belly hangs low. Stretching the front side of the abdominal wall, shoulder blades squeeze together here. And on the exhale, walking the fingertips forehead, we're going to come into a gentle Sphinx position. So elbows underneath the shoulders here. Palms shoulder width apart, rotate the shoulders up and down and back so that you're not collapsing. But lifting the belly button off of the floor by pressing into the elbows. Top of the feet pressed into the floor. Notice as the breath rises and falls. The belly button lifts, feeling that whole corset effect of the belly, the core, abdominal, the oblique muscles wrapping around the side of the ribs, all the way around to the back. Lifting the chest up off the floor, chin parallel to the floor. Pressing into the elbows here, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Closing the eyes, pressing the top of the feet to the ground here. One more nice, deep, full breath in. And on the exhale, looking over the right shoulder, really gently. Bending the right knee. And if it's available to you and feels good in your body, bending the left hand so that it reaches towards the right elbow. So the left lower arm, parallel to the body. And then if it's available, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of the right foot. Inhale here, looking back towards the right toes. Inhale and exhale. Make sure you're not collapsing in your shoulder. Nice and tall, feeling the stretch through the front of the hamstring. Releasing the leg down beneath the hand. Replacing the right hand, right palm presses into the floor. Chin parallels to the floor, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Walking both of the parallel arms back towards the torso. Bend the left knee, looking over your left shoulder. Make sure you're not sinking into that right shoulder girdle and reach the left arm back. Interlacing it, grabbing a hold of the top of the left foot if that's available to you. Breathe into the belly. Full deep breath. Pressing that right hand into the ground, feeling the stretch on the left hamstring. Left front of the hip. Releasing the hand, left foot. Hands coming back to Sphinx pose, both palms facing forward. Rotate the shoulders up and down and back. Tucking the toes under here. And then releasing both arms forward, forehead to the ground. Into star pose on the ground here. So extending the legs and the arms wide, taking up as much space as you can. Can you extend the arms wider than shoulder width apart? Fingertips stretching, stretch, stretch, stretch. Toes pointing. Forehead on the ground. Beautiful. And then placing the right arm long here. You can tuck the right toe behind the left foot, extending the left arm straight, and then reaching the right arm back behind you. Pressing the right heel into the ground, opening up the front side of the right leg. Looking over the extension of the left shoulder. It feels better for the neck. You can look up towards the sky here. Or if you'd like more in the neck, you can even extend the right ear over towards the right shoulder. But really pressing that whole, as the right knee is bent, the right foot presses into the ground. Exhale, releasing the front of the right groin. And on the exhale, undoing, allowing the torso to come back down to the ground. Extending both arms out, resting the forehead on the ground. Breathe into the lower back. And you will interlace the right arm across front of the torso, bending that left leg, placing the left leg behind the right knee, left heel into the ground, extending the left arm long. Breathe into the front of the left groin. And may look over the right shoulder, up towards the sky, or even more of the stretch looking towards the left fingertips. Beautiful. Exhale, release the left leg down. Lying on the back, both palms face up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath into the belly. Expand the breath 360 to really release the back, the lower back onto the floor. Breathe out the mouth. Release and let go. Squeeze the knees up towards the torso. Interlacing the fingers around the shin. Placing the full length of the back. From the tailbone, from the mid-back, pressing every inch of the back onto the floor. As you squeeze the knees up towards the armpits. Fingers interlace to begin with. One more deep breath like that. And then on the exhalation, releasing the fingertips onto the shins, opening up the elbows, the knees out towards the elbows, opening the knees out wide. And then coming into a dead bug pose. So wrapping the fingertips around the outsides or the inside of the feet, whatever feels best for you. And you can rock and roll back and from one side of the hips to the other here. Breathe into the belly, releasing. While this pose may look ridiculous to any outsider, the sensation of relief and release that it gives to the lower back from the insider, you know what's up. This feels fantastic. Beautiful. So extending the left leg up towards the sky, bending the right knee back towards the shin. And if you'd like more, extending, bending the right leg onto the ground, left leg comes up through the air, interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh, calf, or grabbing a hold of the big toe if it's available, the right fingertips. Or even if you'd like more, you can extend that right leg down towards the ground. No shame in the game to keep a micro bend in both or either of the knees. Really allowing for that release on the backside of the hamstring. Allow for the nervous system to use the breath as a vehicle to bring relief and release into the tightness of the hip, hamstrings. Seeking to bring more oxygen into the system and direct it with your mental awareness to the muscle group that needs it the most. One thing we say in yoga is it's where the mind goes, the attention goes. And where the attention goes, the energy goes. Bending the left toes, flexing up towards the sky, extending out of the heel. Keep shaking in the left leg. You know you are doing this correctly. Releasing fascia, tight tissue, muscular that wrap, the musculature and tendons that wrap, connecting bone to muscle. And the exhale, releasing the left leg, bending the left leg down to the ground. Fantastic. Noticing the difference between the right leg and the left leg, the right leg extended. And then on the inhale, inhaling the right leg up to the sky. Flexing the right toes back towards the sky, interlacing hand behind thigh, calf, or toes. Inhalation and exhalation. And if you'd like to go through the same sequence as on the opposite side, first, bending the left knee in towards the torso. left knee bent, extending right heel, and then dropping the left knee, left foot to the ground, left knee bent. Press into that left heel to balance off the extension through the right heel. Again, extending the left leg all the way down towards the ground, feeling that extension of both of the hamstrings this way. If you wanted more, breathing into the back of the thigh, bringing that breath and attention into any tightness, using the breath as release and release. Beautiful. One more breath here. Into the right heel. And then you can extend. Left heel flexed. Right toes pointed. Kind of like rubbing your belly and tapping your head. Okay, great. And then releasing, bending the right knee. Releasing it down to the ground. Bending the left knee. So both knees are bent. Pressing the elbows into the ground. And then gently lifting the hips off on the floor into a supported bridge. You can place your hands underneath your lower back. Stack your both of the make fists. Press into the heels here. Stack the fists on top of each other. Place them just underneath the tailbone. Pressing into the glutes. Nice deep breath here. This is the most extensive part of this effort put out during this practice. And then exhale, release the hands slowly, vertebra by vertebra, releasing upper, mid, lower back, tailbone presses into the ground. Beautiful. And then releasing the legs long and extended onto the floor. Resting in Shavasana. Breathing deep into the belly, placing one hand on the heart, one hand on the lower belly. And use this guided meditation to practice a yogic breathing technique known as the Durga breath. So breathing deep into the belly, filling up the belly. Feeling the hand rise up off of the belly. Feeling the mid-chest expand with breath. Feeling the breath come all the way up into the armpits. Seeing if you can hold at the top, and then on the exhale, releasing. Hand comes, heart comes back towards the floor. Ribs knit together, belly back to the floor. And at your own pace, try this 3 count breaths. So inhale deep into the belly. Ribs, underarms, heart comes back down to the floor, ribs knit together, belly button comes back to the floor. That again at your own pace. 3, 2, 1. Inhalation. 2, 3, 1. Exhalation. And again, at your own pace. 3, 2, 1. Inhalation. 1. 2, 3, exhalation. Noticing any part in the body that really can use this deep, relaxed breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. If it's comfortable, relaxing the musculature around the eyes, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the shoulders, arms, the hands, relaxing the hips, legs, the knees and feet. Noticing the peace that you feel as the body relaxes and releases onto the surface where you lie. Let these thoughts of peace help you relax your mind and your body. You might imagine this peace as if you're smiling at someone who you love, and inhaling the sense of peace as you absorb back, smiling back, absorbing a smile from your beloved, or someone that brings you joy. Or maybe it's a favorite pet, or even a favorite place that you've been that brings you joy. Just imagine this person, place, or being. Just imagine that you're smiling at them. And then seeing the beauty of this person, place, or being, and imagine the feeling of joy and peace that you absorb from them, from there. If there's any thoughts that are taking you out of this moment, see if you can bring your sensation back into your body, into the gentle sound of the breath as it enters in through the nose, filling up the back of the throat, the breath as it extends down into the belly, filling up the back,
the belly, whole lower body, and then following the breath as it leaves the body, leaving the belly up to the throat and out the nose. Again, following the breath in through the nose, throat, belly. Exhaling out, belly, throat, nose. Take 5 more breaths like that, following the breath as it enters in the nose, traveling down the back of the throat to the belly. Extending out the belly, the breath leaving out the nostrils. Starting with 5. Breathing in 5. Following the breath. Exhaling 5. Following the breath. Counting the breath. In 5, 4, 3, back to 1. Take your time. No need to rush. See if you can really extend, sipping in the breath, feeling this energizing, relaxing quality of the breath. Following, blowing out any grayness, sadness, stagnation. Maybe even blowing it out of the mouth and the exhale. Following in perhaps a golden breath as it enters in the next time. Filling up, cleansing, relaxing the body. And on the exhalation, releasing, letting go. Take 3 more breaths like this, no matter where you are in your count. Or if you've lost count, get lost in the sensation of the breath as it enters the body. Renewing and restoring you as you let go. One more breath like that. Deepest, fullest breath of your day. When you're ready, letting go, releasing. Feeling the body on the surface on which it lays. Wiggling the fingers, the toes. If you're able to stay in this position and drift off, feel free, or if you need to, come back into the body, rolling over to the right side at your own pace. No hurries, no worries. And gently coming up to sitting, palms in front of the heart, extending head towards the heavens, seat grounded, this beautiful position, the body, your body, beautiful, restored, renewed, refreshed, enlivened, grounded in this place between heaven and earth. You're being this conduit for healing, bending the chin for your own healing. Chin towards the heart, giving thanks for this practice, giving thanks. Thankful for you for showing up. Humble that you chose to spend this time with me, with yourself, most importantly. Namaste and Ashe. If you enjoyed this class, please feel free to like, subscribe, or more importantly, sharing is caring. Share it with a friend.